Hi, I'm Gareth Green and welcome to this video on voice leading tips. And in fact, this is the second video in a series of 12. It doesn't actually matter which order you take these in, but you might want to look at the other 11. So voice leading is kind of like, well, when we write music, well, there are certain notes that want to go in certain directions, or certain things want to happen, or a chord wants to resolve in a particular way. And lots of people are wanting to know, well, what are all these voice leading things that we need to know about? And that's what I'm trying to deliver in this course. Okay, now I'm thinking about a particular issue of voice leading here. When maybe writing in 4 parts, doesn't have to be in 4 parts, could be in 3 parts, could be in 5 parts. But lots of music does work out roughly in 4 parts harmony. And so I'm really thinking here about writing for voices smoothly in avoiding big leaps, especially in the middle voices. When we talk about voices, it could be singers, it could be instruments, it could be playing keyboard music, it could be anything. But voices is what we mean when we're talking about, the top line of the music is one voice, the next line is the second voice, and so on. So here we've got a very straightforward piece of 4-part writing, and I've just got these 3 bars, these 3 measures, and you've probably guessed from the emojis that this one seems reasonably happy. So have a listen to the happy version. Okay, so I've got a melody, which might be a given. And as you can see, that's all going by step, or it's repeating notes. The bass part is also all going by step, apart from one leap at the end. And even when it leaps at the end, it sort of feels right, doesn't it, to go back to that D at the bottom, going back to the note that it started on. But have a listen to the middle voices. Here's the second voice down, the alto voice, all going by step. Have a listen to the tenor, the third voice down, all going by step, apart from a small leap at the end. Repetition there, and here a small leap. So when you put it all together, it kind of flows quite nicely. Now, some people get as far as coming up with maybe that melody, maybe those kind of chords, but they end up with something that looks a bit more like this. And I'm hoping that you can already see what's not very happy about that. The melody is exactly the same as it was before, so it's the same melody. I've kept the bass line the same as it was before, so no difference there. But have a look at this alto voice now. Oh my goodness, it makes you feel seasick just looking at it. Have a listen to it. Does it sound good? You hear the impact of that. It's very disjointed, isn't it? And having that first note D jumping down a ninth completely falls off a cliff, doesn't it? And that sort of feels like very disjointed. And then having fallen off a cliff, we then leap up a 6th, then we leap up another 4th, then we leap down a 7th, then we leap up a 4th, and oh my goodness me, we don't know where we're going. And it sounds very peculiar from a melodic point of view, doesn't it? The tenor part, not so bad, but still not very stable. Here's the tenor part. Especially that nosedive at the end. And when you listen to that, well, the top and the bottom part help to smooth it out, but those middle parts are not happy. And the whole thing sounds a bit sort of clunky, doesn't it? So isn't it amazing? You can write the same melody, the same bass part, but because we've got those middle voices jumping all over the landscape, it kind of sounds a bit odd. And actually you get that sort of clunky impact going from one chord to the next when you've got parts leaping. Now, actually that second version is breaking a number of other voice leading rules, if you like, which we'll come to in other videos on the subject of voice leading. But what I'm really trying to encourage you to do in this video is to think, okay, I've got a melody, I've got a bass. When I come to write these middle voices, let's see how smoothly we can write them so we get something that really hangs together, like the first version. And just by smoothing out those middle voices, you end up with something that's much more satisfactory than if you've got them on this kind of sort of Wild West campaign down here. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, let me encourage you to visit the Music Matters website, www.mmcourses.co.uk. And maybe you're someone who's trying to get your keyboard harmony skills a bit better, so you can kind of do this kind of 4-part stuff under your fingers at the keyboard. Well, if that's you, have a look at our keyboard harmony course, which goes through this whole thing from A to Z and really gets you thinking chords under your fingers, which will be fantastic for composition and for playing as well. Lots of other things on the website, other courses, other exciting things to look at. www.mmcourses.co.uk.